Dear students, welcome to the online learning class for the subject Fundamentals of Agricultural Economics. Today we are going to see about elasticity of demand. Elasticity refers to responsiveness of one variable due to change in another variable. So when we change a particular variable, it also influences the change in another variable. For example, in case of a rubber band, we give force. When we give force, it get expanded. So that is called responsiveness or elasticity. So similarly, in demand theory, we have seen that law of demand says that when price increases, the quantity demanded decreases, and vice versa. When price decreases, the quantity demanded increases. So there exists some elasticity. So when the variable price changes, the quantity demanded also changes. So that shows that elasticity is there. So we are going to measure this elasticity in this class. So we have already also known that determinants of demand, not only price, and also there is income and price of related goods. So we are going to see about them in this class. So elasticity of demand occurs due to change in price and due to change in income and also due to change in price of related goods. So in these three cases we are going to measure elasticity. So that elasticity is called as price elasticity. First one is price elasticity, the second one is income elasticity, and the third one is price of related goods, is also known as cross price elasticity. Cross price elasticity. So there are major types of elasticity. One is point elasticity and arc elasticity. Point in the sense we are going to measure only the point at which point the elasticity is there. For example, if this one is taken as quantity demanded in x-axis and price in y-axis, and this is a demand curve. So at a particular point, what will be the elasticity is calculated by the point elasticity. And if we see about arc elasticity, it is between 2 points. So this arc elasticity is calculated by the 2 points, calculated between 2 points. We will see that later. First we are going to see about point elasticities. So price, income and cross price elasticities. Before going to that, we have to know about calculation of elasticity of demand. How it is calculated, how the responsiveness is calculated, how much elasticity is there. We are going to measure it with a formula. So calculation is done by the formula percentage change in quantity demanded due to change in price. So quantity demanded and price. So change in quantity demanded is taken in numerator and the change in price is taken in denominator. So it is also, or otherwise we can tell it as proportionate change in quantity demanded divided by proportionate change in price. So we know that only there are two variables. One is quantity demanded and another one is price. So we are going to see the proportionate change in quantity demanded first and taken in numerator, and the proportionate change in price as denominator. So proportionate change in quantity demanded is denoted by delta QD. So change is denoted by the formula delta and QD. So proportionate means, so out of the current value how much proportion is changed. So delta QD divided by QD will give the proportionate change, and similarly change in price will be denoted as delta P, and the proportionate change refers to delta P divided by price. So from which price it has, how much it has been changed. So we also know that percentage. So percentage means we have to multiply them with 100. So this 100 and 100 gets cancelled, and delta QD remains here and delta P remains here. This price will go up and the quantity demanded will come down. So we have the formula delta QD divided by delta P into P divided by QD. So this is expressed as units like kilogram or grams, etc., and this is expressed as in rupees. So here also the change in price also referred in rupees. So quantity demanded will be referred in kilograms. So this units get cancelled and there will be no unit, so only the percentage will come. So it is expressed as percentage. Here we know that delta QD refers to change in quantity demanded, and delta P refers to change in price, and P refers to current price, and QD refers to current quantity demanded. So with this formula we are going to measure elasticity. So delta QD divided by delta P into P by QD. So when we calculate elasticity, we have to know that it is nothing but the proportionate change in quantity demanded divided by proportionate change in price. Now we are going to see about different types of elasticity. The first one is price elasticity. So price elasticity, as we know that when we change the price, how much quantity is demanded. So change in quantity demanded due to change in price. So it is similar that we have seen earlier. So percentage change in quantity demanded due to percentage change in price. So similarly it has been arrived delta QD divided by QD into 100 divided by delta P divided by P into 100. So when we simplify it, 100 get cancelled, delta QD divided by delta P, this P gets in the numerator, so P by QD. So let's see this with an example. So when price of mango increases, when we change the price, when the price gets changed from 2 rupees to 3 rupees, the consumer demand decreased from 20 kg of mango to 10 kg of mango. So when price increases, the quantity demanded decreases, as said in the law of demand. So here we have to calculate price elasticity. So price elasticity is calculated by the formula delta QD divided by delta P into P by QD. So then we have to find change in QD, that is delta QD. What is delta QD? How much change has occurred from 20 kg to 10 kg, that is minus 10 kg. So there is a decreased quantity demanded, so it is taken as minus 10 kg. And change in price, so from 2 rupees to 3 rupees, that is 1 rupee has been increased. So delta QD we have found and delta P we have found. P refers to current price and QD refers to current quantity. So current price is rupees 3 and the current quantity is 10 kgs. So when we apply this in the formula, so we get minus 10 kg. Delta QD is minus 10 and delta P is 1 and the price, current price is 3 and current quantity demanded is 10. So this 10 and 10 get cancelled, we get minus 3% as a result. So with this we conclude that when price increases from 2 to 3 rupees, the quantity demanded decreased by 3%. So we can tell that the elasticity is 3%. So it is high elasticity, it is very sensitive to the price change. The quantity, the mango is very sensitive to the price change. Now let's see about the income elasticity. So income elasticity, so it is due to change in quantity demanded for change in income. So when we change the income, that is when the consumer income increases, the quantity demanded also increases. We have seen it in the last class. When the person earning 5,000, he will purchase less quantities, so the quantity demanded will be low. When his income increases from 5,000 to 50,000, he will purchase more quantities, that is the quantity demanded will be more. So there is positive relationship between the quantity demanded and income. So here also it is the elasticity is calculated by the formula change in quantity demanded due to change in income. So that is denoted as percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income, or proportionate change in quantity demanded divided by proportionate change in income. Similarly, proportionate change is given here, delta QD by QD into 100, and proportionate change in income is given as delta I by I. So it has been simplified as earlier and the final formula has been arrived. So let's see the example. When the income of the consumer increases from 2000 to 5000, the consumer demand increased from 200 kg of mango to 500 kg of mango. So when the income of the consumer increases, the quantity demanded also increases. So it's okay, it follows the law of demand. So we have to find the income elasticity. So it is calculated by the formula delta QD by delta I. So first we have to find delta QD. So change in quantity demanded. So from 200 kg to 500 kg, so increased. So that is plus 300 kg of mango, plus 300 kg of mango. So then change in income. Change in income is denoted as delta I, and we can see that from 2000 to 5000. His income has even increased from 2000 to 5000, that is 3000 rupees has increased. So we have found delta QD and delta I. Then we have to find I. I means current income. So current income is 5000 and QD current quantity demanded, that is 500 kg. So when we apply this in this formula, we get, so 300 kg quantity demanded will come here, and change in income will come here 3000, and the change in income is given here, and change in quantity demand, current quantity demanded and current income has been given here. So it get cancelled and we get 1% change. So 1% change. When the consumer income increases, the quantity demanded increases by 1%. The elasticity is 1%. So this is the inference for this income elasticity. Now let's see about the cross price elasticity. The cross price elasticity is calculated when we say that there are two commodities. Let's say it as X and Y. So nothing but tea and coffee. We can take it as tea and coffee. So when the price of tea changes, what will happen to the quantity demanded of coffee? That is known as cross demand, and the elasticity is known as cross price elasticity. So it is due to the change in price of related goods, how much quantity demanded is increased or decreased. So it is calculated by the formula percentage change in quantity demanded of X divided by percentage change in price of Y. So when the price of Y changes, how much quantity demanded of X changes? So let's say that when tea price has increased, how much coffee demand has increased? So here we take Y as tea and X as coffee. So when we change, when the price of Y changes, how much demand of coffee changes is calculated by the formula, nothing but as that of earlier. That is only we added Qx instead of Qd, we add Qx and Py. So to determine between X and Y, so it is calculated by the formula delta Qx divided by Qx, that is proportionate change in quantity demanded of X and proportionate change in price of Y. So when we simplify it, we get the same formula as that of earlier. Only thing is here this delta Q is different commodity and Py is for different commodity. So let's see it with the example. When price of tea increases, so tea we have taken it as Y, the commodity Y increases from 10 to 15 rupees, the consumer demand for coffee increased from 5 to 10 units. So consumer demand for coffee increased from 5 to 10 units. So we have to find cross price elasticity. So cross price elasticity is calculated by the formula delta Qx divided by Py and delta Py and into Py by Qx. So we have to first calculate delta Qx. So quantity demanded, how much quantity demanded of x. X is our coffee. So our coffee, how much quantity has changed, that is 5. So we have to then calculate the change in price, that is of y, that is of y. So delta py we have to calculate. So that is t, when price changes from 10 to 15, that is positive. So plus 5 rupees only. So this is also positive and this is also positive. So then the current price, py refers to the current price. So current price of t is 15 and the current quantity demanded is 10 units. So with this we can substitute in the formula and we get delta qdx as 5, delta py as 5 and py as 15 and qx as 10. So we get, everything gets cancelled and we get 1.5 percentage. So when the price of tea increases, the quantity demanded of coffee increases by 1.5 percentage. So that is, the elasticity is 1.5 percentage. So this is how we calculate the elasticity of the price and income elasticity and cross price elasticity. So with this you can calculate your given exercises for the practical purpose. Now let's see about magnitude of elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand is given as percentage. So the magnitude we have to find when it is 1 or it is more than 1, when it is 0 or when it is infinity, how it is the magnitude. We are going to see it in the video. So perfectly elastic, first one is perfectly elastic. That means it is very elastic. A slightest rise in price will change the quantity demanded to fall down to 0, or a slightest fall in price will change the quantity demanded to be a very high. So that is, the elasticity will be infinity. The elasticity is equal to infinity. So it is denoted in the graph here. So the demand curve is given here in red color. So when small price changes, the demand will be very high. So that is why here the elasticity is very high. So there is no commodities example for perfectly elastic, but even though we can say that petrol, we can see that when it is very low price, it get consumed at higher rate. Then we are going to see about perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic refers to there is no change in quantity demanded even though there is some substantial increase in price. So when the price changes, the quantity demanded here will not change, do not change. So that is called perfectly inelastic. So when the price is rupees 5, the demand will be the same. For example, 10 units. When the price reduced to 4 rupees, even the demand is still same. Even when it comes to rupee 1, the demand will remain same. That is called the inelastic property. And a commodity is very essential commodities like salt. So even though it is priced high, like 10 rupees, we are going to purchase it. Even though when it is priced 1 rupee, we are going to purchase it. So it is perfectly inelastic commodity. So here the elasticity will be equal to 0. There is no elasticity. That is, due to change in price, there will be no change in quantity demanded. Now let's see about relatively elastic and relatively inelastic goods. So relatively elastic means a small proportionate change will give higher proportionate change in quantity demanded. A small change in price will fetch large proportionate change in quantity demanded. So that means when we change only 1 rupee, here, the quantity demanded increases by 5 units. So we can say that we have seen that petrol as an example. When the price is reduced, more people will consume petrol, and more people will use it for long driving and etc. So the quantity demanded will increase. So there will be, the elasticity will be higher than 1, so more than 1. So the elasticity will be more than 1. Then we say about relatively inelastic. A large proportionate change in price will fetch only less change in demand, less proportionate change in quantity demanded. That is, elasticity will be less than 1. Even though if the price has been reduced from 10 rupees to 5 rupees, the quantity demanded increases by 1 unit. So this is somewhat essential commodities like rice. So we are not going to store them. We are going, even though if the price has been reduced from 10 to 5 rupees, it will be same. Vegetables, when the tomato is reduced from 10 rupees to 5 rupees, we are not going to purchase much. So we are going to purchase some another one more quantity, that's all. So they are all agricultural commodities are relatively inelastic. All agricultural commodities are relatively elastic. That is, their elasticity will be less than 1. Then there is one another term, that is unitary elastic. Unitary means equally or same, or unit means 1. So a given proportionate change in price will result in equal proportionate change in the quantity demanded. That is, how much price changes, the quantity demanded also will give the same magnitude. That is, the elasticity will be equal to 1. So when we change the price, that is reduce the price by 1 unit, the demand will also increase by 1 unit. So that is called as unitary elastic. So we see all these point elasticities in a single graph. So elasticity equal to infinity in case of perfectly elastic. And elasticity is greater than 1, that is when it is relatively elastic. And elasticity is equal to 1, that is unitary elastic. And elasticity is less than 1, that is relatively inelastic. When elasticity equal to 0, that is perfectly inelastic. So this point elasticities are denoted in a single graph with the demand curve. So elasticity equal to infinity and elasticity equal to 0 represents perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic situation, and here relatively elastic and relatively inelastic situation. When it is greater than 1, it is called relatively elastic. When it is less than 1, it is relatively inelastic. When it is equal to 1, it is unitary elastic. So this term is a hypothetical term or imaginary term, and relatively elastic. So almost all prestigious goods or petrol etc. are coming under this category, relatively elastic. Relatively inelastic, all agricultural commodities comes under relatively inelastic situation. So finally we are going to see about the arc elasticity. So the arc elasticity, as we have said earlier, so it is found between 2 points. So from this point to this point. So this arc elasticity is found. So we know that it is change in price, and this is change in quantity demanded. So change in price is minus 2 units. The price has been changed from 5 to 3, and this one, and the quantity changes plus 4 units. Okay, the midpoint elasticity is calculated as that of our point elasticity. So arc elasticity is also known as midpoint elasticity. So we are going to find the midpoint, so between these two. So it is very simple to find this. We have to calculate the midpoints, that is q1 plus q2 divided by 2 instead of q. So okay, so quantity demanded, we say that the formula for elasticity is change in quantity demanded divided by change in price. So this change in quantity demanded will be denoted as delta QD, and proportionate, for proportionate we use delta Q1 plus Q2 divided by 2, and similarly change in price is denoted by delta P, and for proportion we use P1 plus P2 divided by 2. Instead we use, earlier in the examples we used QD here and price here. Here when it comes to midpoint elasticity or arc elasticity, we use it to calculate the averages. So this 2 get cancelled, and we get the formula delta QD divided by delta P into P1 plus P2 divided by Q1 plus Q2. So when we say that, we use the formula delta QD, change in quantity demanded is 4 units. Change in quantity demanded is 4. The change in price is 2 units, and that too minus 2 units, and P1 plus P2 is equal to 8, and Q1 plus Q2 is 12. So this one, when we calculate this, we get 1.33 percentage. So when we find the arc elasticity or midpoint elasticity, we take the average of the quantities and prices. So minus 1.33 percentage. So this change in price causes this much quantity demanded. So with this you can calculate the quantity, the elasticity given in your exercises. Thank you for listening.